Work is defined as a transfer of energy. When a force is acting on an object, and the object is moving in the direction of that force, the force is doing work on that object because it is transferring energy to that object. The amount of work done is determined by the equation W equals Fs, where S is the displacement of the object in the direction of the force. So, work is a transfer of energy, but what even is energy? Well, energy is tough to define, but basically it provides the means for an object to move or change. Energy and transfers of energy are measured in a unit we call joules. There are two main types of energy that we use and need to understand. First, there's kinetic energy. This energy is based on the motion or velocity of an object. Its formula is Ke equals 1/2 mv squared. The second type of energy is potential energy. This energy is based on the position of an object. Its formula is Pe equals mg delta h, where delta h is the change in height of an object. The higher the object is, the more potential energy it has. Now, energy can be converted between different forms. Here you can see a ball at the top of a hill which starts with a high potential energy. As the ball rolls down, the height decreases and the ball loses potential energy, but the ball's speed increases, so it gains kinetic energy. The amount of kinetic energy gained is equivalent to the amount of potential energy lost. This idea is called the law of conservation of energy, where the total amount of energy, or potential plus kinetic, will always remain the same. So here's a quick example. Let's start with a 10 kilogram ball at the top of a 2.5 meter tall hill. It starts to roll down the hill, and the question is, what will its speed be at the bottom of the hill? So, what we want to do is find out how much potential energy is lost and set that equal to the amount of kinetic energy gained, or Pe lost equals Ke gained. Remember that Pe equals mg delta h, so 10 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second squared times 2.5 meters is equal to 245 joules. Going back to our Pe lost equals Ke gained, 245 joules is equal to the amount of kinetic energy gained. Remember that Ke equals 1/2 mv squared, so 245 joules equals 1/2 mv squared, and then we solve for v squared to get v equals 7 meters per second. The last concept I will explain is power. Power is the amount of energy transferred each second. Its formula is P equals W over T, or power equals work over time. Basically, the faster you can transfer a certain amount of energy, the higher the power is. So here's a quick example. If you're moving an object 10 meters with 5 newtons of force, using the formula W equals Fs, you'll be doing 5 newtons times 10 meters equals 50 joules of work. Let's say it took you 10 seconds to move that object those 10 meters. Since P equals W over T, that would be 50 joules divided by 10 seconds, or 5 watts of power.